Alrighty guys, thanks for joining me. This is your host ID Jester. Appreciate you checking out my video. So this is rant part 2, where we go over Stratomatic and compare it with another game company out there. This time we're going to be comparing it with Inside Pitch Baseball. So just so happens I got my brand new 2007 cards, and this time I decided to order the extra player cards and everything. So this is everything you get with the 2017 season. All the player cards, all the extra players, um, and everything. So we're going to calculate up how many cards I actually received, and then we're going to compare it to the inside pitch. As you can see, let me slide this back and forth because I can't quite get it all on the screen all at the same time. I'll slide it over this way a little bit, maybe somewhere around there. So this is like I said, 2017 with the extra players, everything that you can get for the 2017 season. This is the 2007 inside pitch. Uh, so happens I was cutting these cards out and decided that, oh, well, I just cut these cards out. I just got these in the mail today. And yeah, so I'm like, well, it's time for another video, looks like. So last time I listed it as a 50-minute rant, and I was trying to be as nice as possible, and people thought I was actually a lot nicer than I should have been. So I'm trying to turn this in from a rant into more of a educational video, and I've had a lot of responses from people in the last video, and hopefully you guys will continue that in this video as well. I'm trying to show just what you get for your money, right? So that's kind of the goal here, is what I'm trying to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at these companies and see what we have. All right, so Inside Pitch, you can find out information insidesportsgames.org. They do have football, baseball, basketball, hockey, golf, which we just did, and they also have tennis and a few other little minor sports. And they do have cards and dice, as well as some other options for you out there. As I mentioned, this was sent. I bought the PDF, printed them out myself, and cut them out myself. So that is an option. That is an option you do not get with Stratomatic. There is no option to download and print things out yourself. Now, of course, if you are very tech wizard and you have the app, I'm sure there's a way you can probably take a screenshot and print them out that way, but that's not really getting a PDF and printing them out. So if we look at the 2017 season here, you can see there's several different options here. There is the black and white version, there's the color version, and then there is, like I mentioned, the PDF version where you can give you. So there's some different variations on that. Obviously, black and white version, a little bit cheaper. The printed version is a little bit more expensive, $73. And the PDF is $18. Again, if you print these out yourself, you can probably figure another $20 or $30 in ink and materials. So, you're talking about maybe $38 to $40. If you use color, it's probably going to be a little bit more than that. So it might be worth, and then it's also probably takes me, for all the cards here, probably took me 3 or 4 hours to cut them all out. And of course, they don't look quite as nice. There's a little bit around the edges and stuff that you can, kind of see depending on the player and how close you were to the lines and everything. But they look pretty decent cut out. As long as you kind of stay on the lines, there are guiding lines for the PDF. So that is an option, which I think is, something that a lot of people out there probably might be looking at, is, save a little bit of money. I'll print it out myself. I'll cut it out and do all the work myself, and it'll save me a little bit of money, and then I'll get a lot of seasons for the same amount of money. So that option is up to you. Anyways, $73 for the color PDF version. or the, I'm sorry, $73 for the printed and shipped colored version, and the black and white is $60. So I added that to my cart, and you could, oh, that's the wrong cart. Here it is. So for 2017 Major League Baseball season of Inside Pitch, printed in color, $73. Uh, and you can check out with that and just hit the PayPal, or put in your credit card or whatever, however you want to order it. But the most important thing is that postage here is prepaid. So you don't pay for any kind of postage or anything. So $73 seems like a lot, but you get free shipping on that. So that's, obviously free shipping's probably already included in the price. If we go to Stratomatic and we add in the 2017 player cards and the additional player cards, you can see it's going to be $61, $13 in shipping, $2 in processing fees. It's going to be about $76. So pretty close price-wise between Inside Pitch, $73 or $76. Of course, obviously, Stratomatic comes with the color automatically for all their players. Of course, they have the black and white version on the back for the basic, but they do come in color. So we want to kind of compare apples to apples as much as I can here. So color version. They do, if you do order the PDF, I will show you here. If you do order the PDF of them, they do ship it in both the black and white version and also the color version as well. So you get both versions, and just depends on how you want to print it out. So you don't have to pay extra for that. So that is, that's what's included. All right, so now let's talk about what we're getting for our money now, just to compare and see. So with the Stratomatic, let's go back and we actually calculated this out in a different video. I'm sorry. What ended up happening was I was just using my recorder to record this, and then I was trying to switch over to this mode, but it wouldn't let me do that, and without stopping the recording. So basically what happens is, I think we got 23 extra sheets in the extra players, and 6 of those sheets were pitchers, pitcher batting cards. And after I totaled it out in my other sheet, it was 837 for the base set. You add in the extra player cards, and we came up with a grand total of 1,071. So I'm going to write that number down so we can remember that 1,071 for all the cards you get in Stratomatic Baseball with the extra players and everything for your $76. Okay? And if we divide that by 30, you can kind of see how many. So it's on average about 35.7 cards per team. 35.7 cards per team. Okay? All right, so now let's go ahead and calculate what we have in the inside sports. So what I'm going to have to actually do here, is, whatever. It's probably already open, right? All right, so in the 2007 American League, we have 61 sheets. So 61, I'm going to multiply that. I'm going to multiply, let's clear this out, 61. We're going to multiply it by 9 because you get 9 per page. So it's 549. 549, all right? And then for the National League, you get 75 sheets. This is 75 sheets. So let's calculate up. Oops, did I close the damn calculator? Damn. I think I did. All right, so 70, what did they say? 75 sheets, multiply that by 9 is 675. All right. So you get a little bit more in the National League, obviously, because because you have to actually use strategy in the National League, and you take pitchers out, and you bring players in, and you got pinch hitters, and you got pinch runners, and there's a lot more actual baseball to it. So obviously, you get a lot more cards for the National League than the American League, where you just put your 9 best players in and put your best pitcher in, and he just goes until he can't go anymore. So, not a lot of strategy in the American League, a lot more in the National League. As you can tell, you get a lot more players. So we're going to actually add 675 plus our original American League was 549, and that's going to give us 1,224. Now, that isn't really the grand total, because if you actually, okay, all right, whatever. If you actually look, there are a few like open slots in, like, on the final sheet, there's like 2 open slots there, right? And there's, occasionally, and on each, like, here's a page that has one missing out of it, and there's, probably a couple more throughout this sheet, and the same thing with the National League. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to say, let's subtract, I don't know, let's subtract 25. Well, we'll do 24, because that'll give us a nice round number. So we're going to subtract 24 from this number. Oh, and I hit it twice. God damn it. Plus 24. There we go. So we're ending up with an even 1200, about, roughly, give or take. It's probably not even. I've probably subtracted too many, because as you can see, there's only a couple miscellaneous blank throughout the PDFs and stuff. Probably not minus 24. There's probably only minus 10. But I'm going to, kind of go a little bit overboard there on that. Anyway, so we got 1,200 sheets, or 1,200 players, based upon our 2017. Well, actually, we're using the 2007 season, but because that's a PDF that I have. And unfortunately for us, it doesn't actually tell you how many players you actually get when you order these cards. Unfortunately, it doesn't say, like like Stratomatic. They don't actually tell you either. You have to like calculate it out yourself. But in this case, they don't actually tell you why, or how many players you get. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. But there's a reason behind that, I think. So that's $73. You're going to get 1,200 cards. And for Stratomatic, it's $76. And you're going to get 1,071. So again, you're about 130 to 135 players short. If we actually go back to our calculator here, 1,200, we're going to divide that by 30 per team. You're going to get, oops, that's not what I wanted. 1,200 divided by 30. So you're going to get about, oh, that's not right. 1,200 divided by 30 equals 40. All right. So we already calculated about how many players you're going to get roughly with the Stratomatic. It was 35.7 per team, roughly 37.5 or 35.7. 35.7. With the inside pitch, you're roughly going to get about 40 per team. I actually counted out a couple of these. This actually has 45 cards, so I mean, yeah, I could count out another. Let's just count out another one. So we'll count out Boston here. Why not? Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So there's only 35 actually here. So, you're not going to get, other cards will have 45, to compensate. But, on average, with 1,200 cards, you're going to get about that. And again, we can count out one of the Stratomatic just to verify this happens to be Texas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So that's what you would get, 27, right? And then any extra players or any extra, um, the 27 extra that come with the original set, or if they have extra players, so 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So this one had about 5 extra players between the extra player cards and also, that was 35. Again, our average was 35.7, so it's pretty close on for what you get. So slightly more players per team, and it's going to be, like I said, $76 there, and this is $73. So it's about $3 less, but they're pretty close in price. Again, one of the good things with Inside Pitch is you have if you wanted to print them out in the PDF, it's only going to cost you $18. And if you wanted to get the black and white version, if you don't care about having the color cards, it's only going to cost you $60. So, there is some variation you can do there. All right. But here's the most important thing is, and when we talked about, it doesn't really matter how many players come with it, because if you scroll down, right, here's a free download section. You can download the rule book for free. You can download help charts for free. You can actually go to a website that someone has created that gives you all the rules, the clarifications on Inside Pitch. So good helper files there as well. But here's the most important thing is you can actually go and download every single player that played the game that's not carded. So you can go and download these for free. So if you find that you're a little short on what you need, I need, I'm doing a replay of, let's say, the 2007 Seattle, and I'm missing a couple of players or whatever, you can download this file right here, and it has every player that played that had any at-bats whatsoever. You can see this guy played 15 games, had 13 at-bats. This guy played 7 games, had 7 at-bats. This guy played 7 games, had 3 at-bats. This is free. You can download this for free from their website for every season they have. So again, if I had the 2007 season, I could do the same thing. And you can see this actually has 48 more pages of guys that you can download. This guy only had 4 at-bats, so not used very often, but if you wanted Craig Brazil for Kansas City, if you needed his card for some reason, there it is. You can download it, and he only had 4 at-bats the whole season. He did score a run, though. Good for him. And it looks like he was 1 for 4 with a 250 average. So 1 out of 4, Craig Brazil. But if you needed his card, here it is. And you can download this for free. So, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about the difference between Stratomatic, not the system, not the cards, not how fast it plays, not which is funner. What I'm talking about is the way the companies operate out there. This company will actually give you all the extra players for free. So again, it doesn't really matter how many cards come in my set, and I don't think that's why they don't bother to even list them. They don't list them because you get all the cards printed out, which is going to be around 1,200. And if you find that you're missing some of the cards, you just download and print them out yourself for free. So, that's why I don't think they list how many cards come in each set. I still wish they would do that. Don't get me wrong. I wish they would say, 1,197 cards for the 2017 season, whatever. I mean, it would be nice to know, but I don't think it's that big a deal because, again, you can download all of the player cards that they don't print out for you. If it's not printed out for you, you can just come down here and print them out in the 2017 season. It's got 50 cards, so 50 times 9, let's figure out what that is. 50 times 9, so that's going to be another 450 players that are fringe players, that had very few at bats, had very few innings pitching. Those are all there for you for free. All you have to do is download, print it out, or print out whatever pages you need, and you can have these players ready to go for you. So, you know, awesome, awesome, you know, customer support there. They're not charging you for all this extra player cards. They don't charge you for any of that other stuff. There's also errata. So if any of the pitching cards, if they find any problems with them or anything, you can download, you know, whatever season file you have, and which I did, and I printed this out, and there was only 4 pages of errata cards, but all the cards that I got in my PDF were exactly this. So they must have updated the PDFs when they realized there was a problem. So if you order any PDFs, they should already have all the errata cards ready to go. Again, I printed this out not knowing that. I'm like, oh, I better get the errata just in case. And I got the errata, and I printed out these cards, and then I was comparing, and I'm like, these are the same cards. So they must have already changed the PDFs to update those. But there is errata if you do have some of the previous inside pitch, you know, seasons. So there is options here, which is nice. Give customers options, black and white, color, PDF, whatever you want. Here's your prices on them. Not so much options with Stratomatic. Unfortunately, you have to order if you want close to what you're getting with other baseball companies out there. You're going to have to order the additional players. You're going to have to pay their $2 processing fee, and I'm kind of screwed on this because I ordered some baseball seasons. I ordered the 2015 season. I ordered the 2004 season. I think it was 2015 and 2004 seasons, I think, is what I ordered. And then I got a hold of Stratomatic Delaware to see if he'd send me these cards or send me the charts. He sent me the charts and then sent me all the extra cards as well. Unfortunately, if you haven't heard that story, I'm not going to go into it again, but it kind of screwed both him and me over because he was either going to be out a lot of money or I was going to be out some money trying to ship it over to him. And it just turned into a big cluster because Stratomatic would not lift a finger to help us in our situation, or well, baseball, or Stratomatic Delaware. Anyways, so you can see visually, kind of, you know, again, my cards are printed on the cardstock. This is on their cheap little piece of paper. Bends. You can actually see one here. I haven't touched this one, but you can kind of see it sticking out. Anytime you put rubber bands on or whatever, they can bend real easy because they are kind of flimsy cards. I would give the quality of these cards about a, I mean, to be honest, about a 4 out of 10. They're not great quality cards. They're really thin. And, you know, I can't tell you what the quality of the cards is for the actual order of inside pitch, but if you print them out yourself and you're using cardstock, I mean, you know, cardstock is, you can just hear the difference. This is much more solid, and you know, not, since it's not twice as big, you know, if we had this, you know, this would be like a Stratomatic card, right? So about that size. Well, maybe not that big, but maybe like that big is about a Stratomatic card. You know, you can hear this one doesn't flop around as much. If we take one of these cards and move it around, you can see how much this flops around because it's just so thin. So really, you know, I would rate these maybe like a 4 out of 10. But anyways, I wanted to give you guys an idea of if you ordered or interested in inside pitch, what you can compare. Price-wise is going to be pretty close to the same, 76 versus 70. What do we say over here? $73. You know, so you're $3 less. You do get about 130 more cards, 130 to 135 more cards. Plus, you do have the option of ordering black and white. You also have the option of ordering just a PDF of them. And you do get all the extra fringe players absolutely free, plus all the rule books and everything that you can download. help files and everything. There is a computer version of both, but I don't think it's comparing apples to apples. If you compare the computer versions, uh, the computer version in Inside Pitch is way, way, way better, but it does not have any AI programmed into it. So you must play both teams. You have to basically manage both teams. And if you're not playing a certain team, you won't get any stats for them. The only time you'll get stats, it'll keep stats, is the teams you actually play. So there is no AI, unfortunately. If there was AI, this would definitely be an A to A plus program. It's very quick, it's easy, it calculates everything for you, it color codes it, just like all their different sports games. But again, it's kind of comparing apples to oranges because this is way better program. It is a superior program, but it's also doesn't have the AI. So how do you compare that to a program that does have AI, but it's really, really crappy? Which would you rather have, I guess? Would you rather have a game that has AI programmed into it that's looks like you're playing something from 1994? Or would you rather play something modern day that keeps stats of everything you do with it, but it won't auto play anything and you have to manage both teams? So, um, kind of a uh, apples to oranges comparison. But if this had AI, then I would compare it against Stratomatic, and it would definitely be, this would be an 8 out of 10. Stratomatic would be like a 3 out of 10 if this had AI. So with this not having AI, I want to drop it all the way down to probably a 4 or 5 out of 10, because having to manage both teams is not really uh, what I'm looking for. But if you're looking for this, it's going to cost you. It does have a 5-day free demo that you can download, fully functioning demo. But I think he only lets you play like 2 teams and maybe only up to like the 3rd inning or something. But you can see how it operates and plays. And then it's $30 to get a registration code. And then if you want to know how much the season files are, they're between $15 and $18. More modern day because there's more players, cost you a little bit more. Kind of the older players are going to, the older files are probably going to be more towards the $15, $16. So again, $15, $16 for a season file for a computer. Stratomatic, I think, well, let's look how much Stratomatic is going for. If we look at digital games, and we go to win baseball seasons, and let's say 2017, sure, why not? So they're $25. $25 versus between, well, I'm assuming the more up-to-date one again is going to be 18. So it's going to be $18 versus $25. So again, slightly cheaper. But again, it does not have any AI, so that may or may not come into play if you are interested in ordering it. The other thing is, and this goes with both Stratomatic and also Inside Pitch, you have to when you install your license, and let's talk about Stratomatic first. When you install your license on this, if something happens to your computer, you need to get a hold of them again because you can't download your registration code again. I've had that happen to me a couple times. Or if you switch computers out, you have to uninstall your registration files for any of your seasons and also your main program. You need to uninstall those first before you get rid of that computer. Otherwise, when you go to install it on your new computer, it'll tell you there's no registration files available, and you'll have to contact them. And I've done this in the past, many years ago. Contacted them. I said, "Oh, I forgot to uninstall it. I got a new computer. Can you send me can you unlock my registration code so I can install it on my new computer?" And they did. So that wasn't that big a deal, but it was a couple days I couldn't play it. So that. Now, if we talk about the computer version of Inside Pitch, um, If you play it, you get a specific code based upon your registration and everything. If you get a new computer, they actually charge you $10 to send you a new computer code that'll work on your new computer. You cannot transfer it from computer to computer, or if your computer blows up or stops working, you got to take it into Best Buy and get it working, and then you have to reinstall everything again. It will cost you an extra $10 to get the registration again uh, for that. So the registration they give you only works one time, and it works on the computer that you actually sent them, and it only works, um, if you need to reinstall it or whatever, then you have to get a hold of them, and they'll charge you $10 for a data file. So I got my new computer, and I had to buy a new inside pitch code and my inside blitz code as well, because I have inside blitz as well. So I thought I would mention all this to be upfront and honest on how everything operates. So there you go. There's your comparison to inside pitch. Again, this has nothing to do with which program or which baseball system is better, which one flows better, which one takes longer, which is more complicated, which is funner to play. It doesn't have anything to do with this. It has to do with how inside pitch is like, you know what? How are we going to make our money in this business? We're going to have to be competitive. We're going to have to give people good quality for their money. And we're going to have to give them options and make them want to come back and order from us. So they give you options here. They give you free downloads that you can download every single player for every single season they have available for free. No nickel and diming you like, $5 for this and $5 for that. Yeah, so that's awesome. Price wise is pretty close still, $3 cheaper, and you get about 135 to 140 extra players. Again, these are going to be your really rare fringe players that maybe only had maybe 25 or 30 at bats. How important is that to you? Just depends on what kind of replay you're going to do. If you're going to be just setting up your own lineups, if you're going to try and use historic lineups, so just keep that in mind. If you wanted to use historic lineups, I would definitely recommend Inside Pitch because you can get every single player that doesn't come in your file. You can download it for free, and that way you'll have every single player. But like I said, with the option of the extra players and everything, you're getting about 35.7 players per team. Is that enough? Well, you're not going to get players that pitch less than, say, 35 innings and probably batters that didn't bat at least 35 times. If you had a superstar player that got hurt early in the season and didn't come back, if you wanted their card, well, they probably don't have that card for that player. So I would actually, look at other companies and see if there's something that might do it for you out there. So, yeah, a little bit shorter video this time for you guys, kind of comparing Stratomatic. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Stratomatic Baseball 2017 with extra players, everything you can get from that season, 2017 season. It's going to give you 1,071 cards. It's going to give you about 35.7 players per team. And is that good enough to run your replays or not? Again, that'll be up to you to decide. If you use Inside Pitch, you're going to get about 1,200 players, which is about 40 players per team, which is about an extra 5 players per team. So when you think about it, it's about 5 players per team extra out there. And now these players that are carded in Inside Pitch, again, are probably your more rare players that maybe only played, maybe only had 35 at bats or maybe 40 at bats, or maybe only pitched 20 innings in a season. How important it is for you to have these extra players, that's, again, up to you to decide. But if you want to be able to get all the players for the whole season, Inside Pitch is the way to go. It'll have every single player. Again, we can look in our PDF here. I'm sure if I scroll down here far enough in our that's not the one I want. It's well, let's click on the file again. If we go to 2007, I guarantee I can probably find somebody that had like 1 or 2 at bats. Oh, here's somebody that had 3 at bats. Here's another one that had 3 at bats. 7, 3, 3, 2, 6, 5, 3, 14, 18, 6, 15, 14, 10, 5, 14, 12, 8, 2. Oh, here's a guy that had 2 at bats. That's all he had. Shane Parker for Colorado. You can get his card. You can absolutely have his card for free. Here's another one, Edwin Bellhorn. He had only 2 at bats. He didn't even have a hit. He didn't have an RBI. He had nothing. But there's a card for him in Inside Pitch. Is there a card for him in Stratomatic? I could probably bet you $1 million that Shane Barker and Edwin Bellhorn do not have a card in Stratomatic. And probably not Joe Kolsansky, probably not Seth Smith, and probably not Geronimo Gill, who had 14 at bats. All these players, if you wanted to use them, Inside Pitch has them. Stratomatic, I bet, doesn't have any of those cards. I would love to see somebody post me an image of those cards. That'd be awesome. Prove me wrong, guys. Prove me wrong. There's a lot of guys going to their 2007 seasons now and checking them out to see if they can prove me wrong. We'll see. We'll look at the comments and we'll know. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. This is, again, a comparison video. I'm trying to keep things upbeat and positive. Again, I don't have anything personal against Stratomatic other than their customer service. Oh, one other thing. Yes, I almost forgot. You know, we talked about this last time. I still have not received my order that I talked about in our last rant against Stratomatic. And that was on March 12th. This was the order I placed on March 17th. So this is 5 days later. 5 days later. And I have not received my order that I placed from March 12th. It is now, what are we on? We are on 3/27. 3/27/12, that's, what is that, 15 days. We're now at 15 days and counting. So this one that I ordered on the 15th has come in, but the order I placed on the 12th is not here yet. So keep that in mind. I finally decided after I got back from the hospital today, I was going to call them on the phone. And I went to their website, and they're only open from like 12:30 to 4:30. It was 4:05 that I called them, and it got an answering machine. You've reached us after business hours or on a holiday, or all of our support representatives are currently on the phone. You're going to have to try back, during normal business hours between 12:30 and 4:30. So I tried it like 4:05, I tried it at 4:15, I tried it 4:20, it got the same answering machine. So I decided to send them an email today to find out where is my order from March 12th. So, yep, still waiting on that. I did get my order from March 15th. Actually, this is what I thought I was getting. I thought today when the wife brought the package in, I was, oh, well, it's about damn time. And then I opened it up, and sure enough, it was my order from the 15th, not the 12th. So kind of disappointed in that. All right, so this is Inside Pitch. This is Stratomatic baseball, and hopefully I give you a fair and honest opinion and review of what you can receive, how much it's going to cost, what you're going to get, and kind of outline it for you if you're interested in getting anything. You're talking about $3 more per season file, roughly $3 more, and you're still about 130 players short, which is about 3 to 5 players per team less in Stratomatic than you are in Inside Pitch. Inside Pitch has got about 40 per team. Stratomatic has about 35.7. So hopefully that'll clarify anything. Plus, as I mentioned, customer support, options. The only options you have are with Inside Pitch, and also the ability to download and print out every single player that played for free. So you decide which way you want to go, and I'm just giving you the facts and the summaries. And there you go. We'll see you guys next time. Hope everyone has a great day, and appreciate you watching and leaving your thoughts and comments below. Until the next time we speak, have a good day.